Hello Darts Nutz, welcome to Darts Review channel. Sometime before Christmas I was contacted by a manufacturer and they've got their own brand which you may have heard of called E-Myth, and they said they had some new products coming out and they'd like me to review them. So I think it was sometime after the Chinese New Year they'd contacted me again and they sent me some of their items. Now one of the things that they've sent me is these darts called the Summit darts, and these have been inspired by the Canton Tower, which is the picture on the front of the box there. I'll put a picture up of the tower in real life so you can see it. It's a very elegantly designed and shaped tower. I think it's the second tallest tower in China, and I think it's the fifth tallest freestanding structure in the world. It's around about 1982 feet, I think it was, 604 meters. So the darts have also got that lovely shape, and like I say, it's been inspired by the tower. And they'll come in steel and soft tip, but they're only in one weight in each. I'll put the info up on that later. And they'll be retailing for, I think it was $84, which is around about £67, somewhere around that. Now this is where it gets a little bit confusing, because they want me to review the products, but you, the customer, can't actually buy them from a retail shop as yet. So I've been given an email which I'll put in the description, so you'll be able to buy them from there. But I'm not sure if they were expecting like retailers to see the video and place bulk orders, because I think that's what they were hoping from. But I'm not, like I say, it's a little bit confusing. Maybe they've got things mixed up a little bit, I don't know. But anyway, I said I would review them, so that's what I'm going to do. But they did ask me for feedback, and I said, you know, the price and everything. I give them some like suggestions and that, but I don't really think they've took on board what I've said, which is fine, because obviously I don't know the ins and outs of the business. But it might be helpful if you give your thoughts in the comments, and then I can point your comments to them and they can look through and then maybe take it from there. So at present it's not something you can buy online easily, but I'll leave the email in the description and you can message them if you want to set. But let's check them out. So they're only available in 23 gram in steel tip, 20 gram in soft tip, the 90% tungsten, and the retail for $84, which is approximately £67. So the darts come in this cardboard packaging, and it's got the picture of the Canton Tower, which inspired the design of the darts, and also shows you a picture on the back of the steel and soft tip. And what does it say there? It says this product has a 10-year, does it say warranty? Yeah, so 10 years. I think darts probably last longer than that unless you're unfortunate and somehow you get them broke. Inside you've got this very dense EVA foam inlay, and you've got two sets of stems. Nice green ones. Did I ever mention green's my favourite colour? Kind of done. I think they're short. I think they're green. Could be yellow. And you've got some red ones, and I think there's two sets of flights as well. Yeah. So you got two sets of standard shape flights. Nice dragon design. That's fit with a silver point, and it's kind of like a spring onion style shaped barrel, bulbous at the front and then like tapered, but this time the taper is a very thin long scallop, so it's really very slim there, like a pinched in waist. Don't think I've had many darts where the scallop has been as thin as that, but it's quite a really nice looking dart. It's kind of simple in the design but very elegantly done, and that rainbow coating, especially that greeny part there, it's quite effective, especially when you get the light, you're hitting it the right way. It's almost got like a two-tone effect. But I would say there's a mix of like yellow, green, pink, Maybe a little bit of purple in there. I don't know if there's any blue, maybe a little bit around the top there. But it kind of does look like the image of that tower. So you can see how it's inspired the design of it. But you've got a tapered nose, and like I say, it kind of bulges out, and then a very long slim scallop with this crisscross pattern cut through it. So I wouldn't say it's massively grippy, but for people who like a scallop, you'll probably find that very comfortable. But it may be a little bit thin for some people, but I think because of that it's going to be front weighted. But this section here may be balancing it out a little bit because it goes a little bit thicker there, but that's like a mix of ring and groove and a kind of like tapered groove on the very end. So even if you're a rare gripper, you might have something there. But I think probably because of the shape and that, some front grippers are probably going to be happy with it, but I think it's probably going to be mid to rare people who are holding it like that might get the best from it. But quite an elegant, beautiful looking dart, and fitted with the, I think they're the green, it's either green or yellow. It must be because of my blue background making it look green. Like a two-tone short stems and the E-Myth Phoenix flights. So you've got a tapered nose, which is mostly smooth except for them kind of like diamond shaped notches, and obviously as you can see it's got that rainbow titanium coatings, and got a variety of colours there. And then as you move along, you can see you've got a groove there, then it goes into that long kind of scallop shape, but it's got these like crisscross cuts creating lots of like diamonds, and again with that rainbow coating. Looks to be very neatly machined actually, very clean. And the coating, I do like the way it kind of reacts with the light. It gives you slightly different colours depending on the angle that you're looking at it. But interesting pattern. I wouldn't say it's super grippy, but it looks nice. But obviously you're in a scallop, so that kind of adds to the grip. But then as you get to the end, you've got a kind of a groove section with some kind of like a chunky standout ring and groove part, and then it kind of tapers in, and then you've got another slight ring and groove. So that's the super close look at the E-Myth Summit darts. That's fitted with a silver 27mm point. You've got a tapered nose with them diamond shaped cutouts, that's 11mm, and including the groove either side, you've got that long scallop section with the kind of harlequin crisscross cut pattern in diamonds, that's 34mm, and then you've got a raised ring and groove section 4mm, and then a flatter section with a taper 3mm, length 52mm, wide is 7.4mm. 23.08 grams, 23.06 grams, and 23.08 grams. Full setup, 24.52 grams. Here's the balance with nothing attached and with the supplied setup, and this is the balance with medium in between short nylon stems and standard flights. Although it's not super grippy, the shape of the scallop kind of acts like its own grip in a way, but I'd say the grippiest part is the rings on the end, so 5 at most. Alright, let's have a few throws. Hold it at the front first as usual. I'm kind of holding it mostly on the tapered nose, but I'm getting a little, oh, that hurt. I managed to get a treble as well. I'm not getting a lot of grip there on the nose, but in terms of the balance, it's obviously pretty good for me as a front gripper. Oh, 2 trebles. And a very painful elbow. I'm not sure if that second dart might have been going towards it as well. I don't know whether it got a deflection off the flight. Can't see nothing on the flight, so maybe not. Now watch, it'll be all over. Oh, that's so stiff, my arm. Actually very nicely balanced, but I was kind of expecting that, with it being so like thin on the rest of the dart, with such a big long scallopy shape. It's giving you a nice front weighted feel. I'll just move my grip up a little bit so that I'm on the other side of the bulbous part, just to get a little bit of the feel from the scallop and a little bit of that kind of Harlequin crisscross kind of grip. It does actually feel a very nice shape to the dart though. Yeah, it's giving you something a little bit to push against on there. Actually feels as if that's a really nice spot to throw it from. They were going through the air really smooth, so I'm just holding it there. So for the sake of trying it, I'm going to go right in the midsection where it's really thin, and I'm not really a fan of really thin feeling darts, but I'm sure somebody will be very happy there if you like a front weighted style. Just feels a little bit strange, the thinness, and that's quite curious. I was getting a lot of spin there, and that one went a little bit better, and that one went spinning again. A bit strange, but I'll have one more try from there, even though my elbow's hurting, just to get a better gauge of it. Actually not flying too bad, really. It's quite an unusual dart for me. I don't normally go for the bulbous kind of Dennis Priestley style, but this one just feels like the balance is a little bit nicer. Just for the sake of trying it then, I don't think this is going to go very nice. I'll try it right at the end on that kind of like ring grip. I don't know what's going to happen here. Kind of went up and then down, but again it seems to be holding its line quite well, so who knows, it might be just down to the balance helping it correct itself through the air. And I think having I think they're in between stems, but I do think the feel of the dart is really nice, and certainly the balance, but it's one of them darts that you may not be easy to say who it's going to suit. I mean, there's definitely something there for front grippers and people who are just gripping in the front of the centre. And if you like a scallop and you're not too bothered about a really thin feeling part, then again, it may be fine for you. Although it didn't fly too bad from the rear grip section, I'm not totally sure I would say it's for rear grippers, but again, there's probably something there if you like a front weighted style, so it may be worth a look. But when I say worth a look, how are you going to get them? That's a problem. So like I said, they're not actually in the shops yet. Whether they will be coming to any shops soon, I really don't know. But maybe if you email them with your interest, if you're interested in them, then just give them an email and badger them, and hopefully they'll get into one of the shops and you'll be able to get them easier. But it is a really nicely shaped barrel, and I am surprised at how well it flew there, considering I'm not throwing properly as well. I'm kind of like throwing a little bit jerky with my elbows, so I think it's just down to the balance. It just seems to be correcting itself nicely through the air, and it was holding its line quite nice. So Again, a dart that I'd really want to be playing with a little bit more, but I can't, unfortunately, so that's annoying. So that's the end of the video. I'll leave you with the gallery so you can have a better look at them, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy darting.